Topics: the forms and economic roles of business. Organization. There are three common types of business: sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation, and each comes with its own set of advantages and disadvantages. Sole proprietorship. A sole proprietorship is a business structure owned by an individual who generally has full control and authority over the business. The business owner is referred to as the sole proprietorship and exclusively owns all assets and profits of the business. Advantages of a sole proprietorship. Minimal paperwork and low setup costs are two major benefits of having a sole proprietorship. In addition, there is the ease of maintaining it. In fact, according to the SPA, it's the simplest and least expensive business type you can establish. Let's take a look at a few additional key advantages. Taxes. You don't need to separate taxes for your business. Any profit you make is simply treated as your own income, but there are two important tax details to consider as a sole proprietorship. Maintenance. A sole proprietorship is easier to start and maintain than a registered business. With minimal legal costs and no ongoing state requirements, you can simply run your business. This is the case even if you're using a fictitious name, also called a DBA. Doing business as control. The sole proprietor has complete control and decision-making power over the business. Without any partners, you are the sole owner of the business and can therefore run it as you choose. Disadvantages of a sole proprietorship. There are a few disadvantages to consider as a sole proprietor. Before choosing the best business structure for your business, consider these potential drawbacks. Liability. An important fact with this business structure is that the owner is left liable for all obligations of the business, including debt and lawsuits. There is no separation between the assets of the owner and the assets of the business. Funding. Raising money is a challenge because it's not possible to sell stock in the business, which may make investors hesitate to invest. Lending from banks can also be challenging because if the business fails, all the responsibility falls on the shoulders of the owner to repay the loans. Lack of support. While having complete control is a benefit, the sole proprietor alone is responsible for the successes and failures of the business, which can add an extra layer of pressure and stress. Partnership. A partnership is a form of business where two or more people share ownership as well as the responsibility for managing the company and the income or losses the business generates. Advantages of a partnership. Two heads or more are better than one. Your business is easy to establish and startup costs are low. More capital is available for the business. You'll have greater borrowing capacity. High-caliber employees can be made partners. There is opportunity for income splitting, an advantage of particular importance due to resultant tax savings. Partners' business affairs are private. There is limited external regulation. It's easy to change your legal structure later if circumstances change. Disadvantages of a partnership. Each partner is jointly and severally liable for the partnership's debts. That is, each partner is liable for their share of the partnership debts as well as being liable for all the debts. The liability of the partners for the debts of the business is unlimited. There is a risk of disagreements and friction among partners and management. Each partner is an agent of the partnership and is liable for actions by other partners. Corporation. A corporation is legally a separate and distinct entity from its owners. Corporations possess many of the same legal rights and responsibilities as individuals. Advantages of C corporations. Owners have limited liability. The owner's assets are protected from the debts and liabilities of the corporation. Shareholders are not held liable for business losses. Easier to raise capital. It is easier to attract capital with the sale of stocks and bonds. A corporation can have an unlimited number of investors. Easy to transfer ownership. Shares of stock can be sold. Corporations have perpetual lifetimes. The entity continues To exist beyond the deaths of the owners, certain expenses are tax deductible.